Tonight, our special transmission as the Palestinian Authority seeks to join South Africa's genocide case against Israel at the top court. Assalamu alaikum and good evening. This is Muslim News Canada on Muslim Network TV. I'm Aisha Ashraf. Today is the 245th day since Israel started targeting Palestinians indiscriminately in its war. In the past 24 hours, Israeli forces have killed at least 71 Palestinians in the besieged Gaza Strip. 182 have been injured. Many victims remain trapped under rubble as rescuers are facing difficulties reaching them. The Palestinian government in Gaza accuses Israel of sowing chaos in the war-torn strip. The comments come after the recent killing of 8 policemen in Deir al-Balah. The officers were performing their regular duties when they were attacked. A devastating Israeli airstrike this morning targeted a gathering near a shelter in Deir al-Balah. The shelter is located at the Palestine Technical College and is providing refuge for displaced civilians. The attack has killed 8 Palestinians. Israeli forces have withdrawn from the southeastern parts of Gaza City. Medical teams have recovered 14 bodies from the area today. The United Nations Agency for Palestinian Refugees says desalination plants have shut down due to fuel shortages. This has left residents with limited water. Palestinian Education Ministry says the Israeli army has killed more than 15,000 Palestinian children in the past 8 months. Most of them were students. At least 64 more students have been killed in the occupied West Bank in the same period. The death toll from Israel's war continues to rise at an alarming rate. At the time of writing, at least 36,550 Palestinians have been killed. A revised report by the United Nations estimates another 10,000 civilians are buried under the rubble. 82,959 Palestinians have been injured. Israel's death toll from Hamas's attack stands at 1,139. Israel stands accused of genocide at the International Court of Justice. In its latest ruling, the top court has ordered Tel Aviv to immediately halt its operation in Rafah. A U.S. nonprofit is embroiled in a legal battle that could threaten its ability to provide donations to the United Nations Agency for Palestinian Refugees. The independent nonprofit educates the American public about Palestinian refugees and supports the UN agency's specific programs. A coalition of pro-Israel groups and families of captives held in Gaza is accusing the nonprofit of abetting terrorism by allegedly funneling money to Hamas. They claim the agency's U.S. chapter has helped fund the October 7th attacks against Israel. In response, lawyers for the nonprofit filed a motion last week to dismiss the case. The motion argues that the lawsuit lacks evidence. Since the conflict began in October, Israel has aimed to dismantle the agency's operations and fundraising abilities. The lawsuit against the nonprofit is part of this broader effort. In late January, Israel accused 12 UN agency employees of participating in the October 7th attacks. In response, the agencies terminated 10 employees, while 2 were confirmed dead. Several countries suspended their financial contributions to the agency, amounting to about 50% of the agency's budget. Investigations, however, have found no supporting evidence for Israel's claims. A report by an independent panel of experts says Israel has not provided supporting evidence for its allegations. Consequently, several countries have resumed their contributions to the agency. The agency was formed in 1949. It serves Palestinian refugees in the occupied territories and other countries like Lebanon, Jordan, and Syria. Amid Israel's ongoing war in Gaza, the agency has been crucial in delivering humanitarian aid. Leaders of the group of 7 countries have fully endorsed the Gaza ceasefire plan proposed by the U.S. President Joe Biden. The deal proposes immediate ceasefire and release of all hostages. The plan aims for Israel's security and Palestinian civilian safety. A statement by the G7 urges Hamas to accept the deal. It calls for a significant increase in humanitarian aid for Gaza and a lasting resolution to the crisis. The statement also reaffirms support for a credible pathway to a two-state solution. The statement calls on nations with influence over Hamas to facilitate the acceptance of this plan. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's aide has confirmed Israel's acceptance of the deal. However, he says it requires further refinement. 5 Arab countries have expressed their support for mediation efforts to halt the ongoing war in Gaza. Jordan, Qatar, Egypt, the United Arab Emirates, and Saudi Arabia have discussed strategies to achieve a lasting ceasefire. The foreign ministers of these nations reviewed mediation efforts by Qatar, Egypt, and the US during a virtual meeting yesterday. They focused on a proposal by US President Joe Biden aimed at ending hostilities, releasing prisoners, and ensuring the delivery of aid to Gaza. The ministers also highlighted the necessity of a reconstruction plan for Gaza. They discussed next steps to implement a two-state solution based on UN Security Council resolutions. The Palestinian Authority has applied to join South Africa's genocide case against Israel at the International Court of Justice. The top court confirmed the request yesterday. If the request is approved, the Palestinian Authority can appoint an ad hoc judge to the court panel. Currently, the panel consists of 16 judges. One of them is an Israeli national. Both South Africa and Israel have been asked to submit their views on the request. South Africa filed a case against Israel last December. Other countries like Nicaragua, Colombia, Libya, and Mexico have also shown interest in joining the case. Former US President Donald Trump has made what many are calling his most significant campaign promise yet. Trump has pledged to halt Israel's war in Gaza during a recent Ultimate Fighting Championship event in New Jersey. The promise came in response to a remark by mixed martial arts legend Khabib Nurmagomedov. Nurmagomedov was heard telling Trump, "I know you will stop the war in Palestine." Trump is known for his strong support of Israel. However, he is also critical of the ongoing conflict. Trump replied, "We will stop it. I will stop the war." The interaction quickly went viral on social media, with the clip being widely shared on X. It has garnered significant praise from many quarters. Reactions are mixed. Some users praise Nurmagomedov for using his platform to push for change. Others doubt Trump's sincerity. They cite Trump's past actions like moving the US embassy to Jerusalem and recognizing Israeli sovereignty over the Golan Heights. A graduation and vigil was held by pro-Palestinian protesters outside the student encampment yesterday at the University of Toronto. The gathering honored Palestinians who are unable to graduate due to the ongoing war in Gaza. Palestinian students killed in Israeli attacks were also commemorated at the demonstration. The protesters used the opportunity to raise awareness and show solidarity for the struggles faced by Palestinian students. A shooting outside a school in Hamilton, Ontario, has left 1 man dead and 4 others injured. The shooting occurred yesterday, Sunday night at 11 p.m. Police say 2 suspects exited their vehicle and began shooting at the group of men socializing outside Rexdale High School. 5 men were shot and transported to a nearby hospital. The victims are aged 40 to 60 years old. One of the victims succumbed to his life-threatening injuries shortly after arrival. One has sustained serious life-altering injuries. The other 3 are being treated for gunshot wounds. The motive of the incident remains unclear. The investigation is ongoing. Thank you for watching. Our news is produced by Muslim Network TV, which is a not-for-profit organization. We need your support for donations. Please scan the QR code on our broadcast or visit muslimnetwork.tv to donate now, so we can continue to amplify the voices of Muslims in Canada and abroad.